Hey guys, Mick Prince and Wayne Hartle here. We just want to discuss training for PY22. We're back to in-person classes. Talked a lot during the policy and procedures and the hiring and ramp-up videos about potential for some stimulus funds coming to the program. We don't have any details, but we did want to get several rounds of training scheduled. So we've got 4 rounds of TCP scheduled for this program year. And, you know, if we do find out about more stimulus, we might even have to do more than this. But for now, we've got 4 rounds. Looks like we've got a round starting in August, September, November, and then one starting in February. And so all of those right now, I think, are scheduled for Champaign.
Right. But we may change that if we find out that we get a bunch of northern agencies that are interested in maybe one round. We'll focus on northern agencies and we'll do at least some of the classes up South Holland at the CETA Training Center.
As always, get a hold of Chris at the training center and get your name on a waiting list. What else do we have, Wayne, after TCP? Again, we've got people doing procurement right now. The whole network, for the most part, is working on procurement, and it should be done by what contracts executed around October 1st. We know there's a chance for quite a lot of new contractors. Right now, we have 3 architectural certification courses on the schedule. Looks like one of those is going to be at CETA, and it's going to be a Spanish course. For now, we only have 1 HVAC certification class scheduled, but again, as needed, we will add courses. Same for the energy auditor. Got people that need to go through the energy auditor prep class. Just a quick piece on the energy auditor. I think if you go through TCP and you have all of the prerequisites needed to challenge the energy auditor exam, the energy auditor course here is not required. This is just a prep class to get people ready for that exam. If you're fresh out of TCP and you think you can challenge the energy auditor exam with that knowledge, then by all means apply and schedule the energy auditor test at U of I. And we've had several people go straight out of TCP, schedule that exam, and have good success.
Same is true for QCI. You don't necessarily have to take the class to study for the test.
And again, we've only got 1 QCI class scheduled at this time, but if we need to, we'll definitely get some more scheduled. One that we've been trying to have, and we've had the class, but we've been trying to have another class, and we can't get a full class roster, is the Multifamily QCI. This is a requirement by DOE. If you want to do multifamily, you have to have additional multifamily training, and this is not a BPI certification. This is an IWAP multifamily QCI class, but it will satisfy DOE's need to have additional multifamily training for your QCIs. Paul Knight teaches this. It's a good class.
And as we talked about earlier during the operations manual updates, we did reorganize and make some updates to the multifamily process section in the ops manual. So, and Paul's got all changes we made, and so that all those changes will be reflected in his training.
Yeah, and along that same line, this isn't just multifamily QCI training. This really goes through the entire process of doing a multifamily, from planning stages to meeting with the residents, meeting with contractors, all the way through the end process. So I encourage you to take that class. The Healthy Home Evaluator class, again, at the end of this week, they offer the certification for HHE. You can take the class, I think it's on Friday of the course, but this is a really good class. I'd like to have everybody in the network that does any field work get their HHE. I think you just kind of look at the houses, you look at the work we do from a slightly different angle, and you pay attention a little more on the health and safety side of things. And I definitely think that in the future there's a potential for added revenue streams and grants available for doing this type of work. And so I want our network to be prepared if there is a grant opportunity to kind of do a weatherization plus health grant program. I want us to be ready. So I'm encouraging everybody to to get the certification and reach out to Chris to get on the waiting list. Wayne's getting some email. Something we've been doing for a couple of years now is agency coordinator training. It's kind of a weatherization 101 on steroids. This is a good class. It's a 1 week class. Ben Moore, Wayne, and myself usually go for 1 day of the course and talk about, the current state of affairs at DCEO. And I would definitely highly recommend any new coordinators take that class. I know they're going to make some changes, do maybe some more weather works, how to close a job in WeatherWorks. And anyway, we're updating the class.
Also talked about doing executive director training, and we don't currently have anything on the schedule at this point, but I think it's something we might still look to offer at some point during this next program year.
Yeah, this grant program is so much different than most of the grants that are being administered by local agencies. We just thought that either for new executive directors or even some that have been in the network for a while that may not fully understand what we do in weatherization, it'd be good to have an executive director training. I think Randy is working on developing that course now, and we've even talked about having current executive directors with more experience in this program, do some of the teaching, or at least
We were talking about like a 1 day, would it be a 1 day or 2 day type of training?
yeah, I can't remember where we settled on that. We know that
It's not a week.
it's not a week. No. Another, in addition, sorry, Wayne, in addition to the coordinator training that we offer in the classroom setting, I just want to put a pitch out for Bob Murphy. Bob's been doing administrative consulting work through U of I since he retired at Crosswalk, and he's getting rave reviews from the agencies that he's going out and helping. And so definitely, if you're a new coordinator, or if you just want a fresh set of eyes to look at how you guys are doing weatherization and maybe help you guys create some efficiency, definitely reach out to Bob Murphy. Um, Again, you can reach out to Chris at the training center, and he'll put you in contact with Bob and get you on his schedule. Something new this year. In the past, we've offered a WeatherWorks training class, but it was kind of an advanced class. It wasn't for the brand new user. And so Paul's developed WeatherWorks 1 and now a WeatherWorks 2. Both of those are 2-day classes. And
They're offered during the same week. So if someone wants to take both classes, they can, and they just plan to be there for the whole week.
right. Wayne and I both, we go to the WeatherWorks 2 and work on catalog creation and just try to give some tips on how to organize the WeatherWorks catalog. So we're pretty familiar with that course. And usually I sit there and spoil a few of Paul's slides because I ask a question that he's getting ready to cover. But anyway, those are both good courses. Dense pack training. So again, if you've got a new contractor that's not familiar with dense pack insulation, the training center has Nate Price is teaching those courses now, along with Rob Delaney from OCA. We've done several of these this year and really got good feedback from the participants. And this is a little different than the training in the classroom. We actually come to the contractor, we'll come to a weatherization house and just show them how to dense pack and work with them all day. And hopefully by the end of the day, they know how to set up machines and make sure that they're putting in the right volume of insulation in the wall. And along with the dense pack, generally we also offer this air sealing class. Again, that's Nate and Rob Delaney are doing the air sealing class. And they generally do those together in 2 days. Both good courses. Electrical safety, that's Richard White. Looks like we have 2 of those on the schedule, both in April. And that's a 2-day course. Something we're still working on right now is the solar, introduction to solar and site assessment. It's going to kind of be melded together, but we still have plans to move solar photovoltaics into the program. We have got approval a couple times from DOE to do some multifamily projects, and it's always been right at the tail end of the program here. We couldn't get the PV installed and by the end of the year, and so we weren't able to complete those. But it's definitely something we want to look at for both multifamily and single family in the future. So it will dovetail nicely. You'll go to the electrical safety and learn about electricity, and then move into the solar class. So still plans for that.
That's something that could still happen this next program year. We hope so, at least.
If you've got contractors that need to get RRP certified, both firm and full certification, we've got RRP classes. We've got the full day, and we've also got the half day, which is when you just need to get recertified. Just reach out to the training center if you've got folks that need that training and they get that scheduled. Same with confined spaces. Again, we're going to be bringing on a lot of new contractors. We want to make sure that they're going to be following the OSHA confined space protocols. We can reach out to the training center and they'll have Tom Gray provide that training. I think this is the last one on the list, mobile home training. Of course, a couple of years ago, we had a big mobile home training initiative. Chris Clay from Washington State does that training for us. In the past, we were able to pay for the training through our intergovernmental agreement with U of I. There's some issue with contracting there at U of I, and they're no longer able to pay Chris. So agencies can use their own TNTA allocation to work directly with Chris, and that's his contact information right there. So reach out to Chris. We've had some agencies go in together and train both two agencies, contractors and staff during the same training, and then they were able to share those costs, make it a little more affordable for each agency. But anyway, we definitely want to make sure that our existing and new contractors are fully trained up and can do work in mobile homes. I think that's it for PY 2022. We are planning on doing some refreshers. I know don't have dates set for those at this time, but you know, there's some new things in the program. Measuring static pressure is one of them. I can't remember what all we have lined up for refreshers, but that's something that we'll be scheduling those throughout.
More to come on that.
Yeah, and they'll have CEUs associated with them, and so I don't have any dates, and we don't have dates in mind yet, but we'll keep the network posted for sure. That's all I've got. Thanks, everybody.